What up, YouTube? It's your girl DeeDee. Welcome back to another live stream. I hope you guys are doing well. Thank you so much for tuning in once again. Listen, as you come into the building, hit that like button, hit the like button, hit the like button. Also, put a one in the chat if the audio is good. One in the chat if you can hear me perfectly fine. And we're going to jump right into this, y'all. Happy Monday. I hope y'all are doing well. Hope everybody is thriving and being safe. I hope y'all are doing good. One in the chat if y'all can hear me perfectly fine. One in the chat if you can hear me perfectly fine. Okay, cool. Thank y'all. Thank y'all for the ones. I see the ones. Shout out to Successful MD in the building. Queen of Vibes in the building. Lorenzo Redman. I don't know how to pronounce Quabanata. I'm not sure. Quabanata. I hope I'm saying that right. Thank you so much for being here. UFO Kamikaze 1. Pharaoh in the building. What's going on, Pharaoh? Frederick. Lawan. Thank you so much for being here. Jay Bird. I'm in purgatory till the most high come. Thank you so much for being here. Shout out to everybody. Dante. Shout out to you guys. Thank y'all so much for being here. Hit the like button as you come into the building. You guys see the title. Women are losing it over federal jobs and food stamps, plus Jim Crush gone bad, child. So I want to play a little clip that I have for you guys. And it's just a clip, and we're going to kind of talk about it. There are a lot of people in general who are concerned about what's happening, people losing their jobs, federal jobs being lost. People are out of work. People are panicking. They don't know what to do. And, while I've seen lots of videos on, men and women, expressing their pain over losing their jobs, once again, to me, women are the most vocal about it. You see more women, looking distraught and confused by losing their jobs, which I don't think is a good thing, that people are losing their jobs. I don't want people to lose their jobs. People, that's your livelihood. I'm not a cold-hearted person. I think, nobody wants to lose their jobs. You know what I'm saying? Your work is your livelihood. That's how you thrive. That's how you take care of your families. That's how you take care of yourself. So it's not like, I'm not happy to see people losing their jobs, but I want to point to a specific point in all of this, based on me talking about relationships and what my channel is based upon, and how a lot of women are looking confused and worried about what they're going to do, as anybody would. So I will say that I'm not happy to see people lose their jobs, but we're going to talk about a bigger picture. Avenge the Ancestors, thank you so much for the super chat. Says, hello, Queen DeeDee. Glad you're back. Haven't seen you in a while. Thank you for the support. I appreciate you so much for being here. Thank you. Thank you, Avenge the Ancestors. Shout out to you. So I want to get right into the clip. Let me pull it up. I thought I pulled it up. I'm go ahead and pull up this clip, and we're gonna talk about it. And let me know your thoughts on these federal jobs being lost. I want to know your thoughts on it. Just leave it in the chat. I want to hear what you think about it. Listen, I don't have a whole lot to say about it. I mean, this is some people have been losing their jobs forever. Like, you know what I mean? Your job is not guaranteed. And that's the thing I think a lot of people forget. And then we're going to get into the attitudes that come with a lot of women who like to lead with their wallets and lead with their accolades and lead with their positions and their careers and things of that nature. And I always say, listen, your career, your job is not etched in stone. You could lose everything tomorrow. And this is the point that I try to make to a lot of women. And this is not just for people on social media, but in real life, there's a lot of people who, in particular, women that I know who are very boastful and very just, they develop this attitude like, oh, I do it all by myself. And then when it all comes crumbling down, they're crying and they don't know what to do. So I just wish, especially women, would take a different approach. That's all. Because you got to understand, you have to prepare for tomorrow. This stuff is not 100% guaranteed to you for the rest of your life, and that you're going to always, make this money. And that's just it. Things happen. This is the point that I like to make. Successful MD, thank you so much for the super chat. Says the POTUS pulled one. He didn't campaign on that. Right. Gotcha. And you know, it's an upset for a lot of people. Thank you, Successful MD, for the super chat. I appreciate you guys. Make sure you are hitting the like button, you guys. That would definitely help the channel out and help the live stream. Also, if you are new to the channel and you haven't subscribed and you like the content, hit that subscribe button. It is free to subscribe. If you want to support the channel via Cash App or Super Chat, go ahead and do that. That definitely supports the channel as well. I know I said it yesterday, we got a lot of, you know, big ballers in the building, I'm sure. So $5 here and there will not hurt your pocket. So if you like the content and you want to continue to see the content, go ahead and support in that way, you guys. That would definitely help me out a lot. All right. All right. So hit the like button, y'all. Please hit the like button. So thank you once again, Successful MD. I appreciate you. So, you know, I think a lot of women in particular are the ones who are panicking because they don't know. They don't know what they're going to do. And it's like all is lost. And it's almost as if they're not really prepared for what's coming down the pike and what we're seeing happening right now. And it's interesting to see, because we see so many women who are these boss chicks with these attitudes like, these men are just this and that. But then when this stuff starts to, you know, when things start to happen and they start losing those jobs and that very livelihood that they boast about is being threatened, you see a different response. So that's where I'm coming from with this. I'm gonna go ahead and play this clip. We're gonna go through it. Make sure you chime in the chat, you guys. Let me know your thoughts on it. Let's get into it. Here we go.
Y'all keep asking for updates on a job. Update? I still ain't got one. What else I'm supposed to say? I still ain't got none. Did nobody call me or nothing? Anyways, y'all hosts kept telling me, go to the plasma place. Go to the plasma place. So where am I? I'm outside the damn plasma place. They talking about I need my social security. I didn't know I needed all this. I just bought my ID. Y'all giving out advice? Can y'all tell me what I need before I go at these places? Nobody my social security card. What?
Now, this is a young lady. I saw her on TikTok. I kind of covered one of her videos before. She's the one who broke up with her boyfriend because she was saying if she couldn't pay her rent and she was going to be homeless because she was losing her job. And she asked her boyfriend to live with her and he said no. And she said he's doing well. He has a house and he had a roommate as well. And he was doing really well. But he told her, no, he don't think that that's something that we should do. I think we should just live separately. And she complained that he didn't help her with that. So now she's saying she at the plasma place to try to donate blood, child, to get some money to pay her bills. Now, I don't know if this is real or not, because I realize a lot of the stories on TikTok and just social media are fake. It's all made up for clicks and views. So you really got to like decipher through this stuff to determine if it's real or if it's fake. But even though it may be fake, if it is, there are a lot of situations that exist in this way as well. But yeah, she's the one who said she was threatening to be homeless because she lost her job. So now she's trying to donate plasma, child. Pharaoh, thank you so much for the super chat. Says Black women mad because they might have to pay Black men child support now that Trump is president. I can't wait for my SSDI to go overseas with. Thank you, Pharaoh. I appreciate you, brother. Successful MD, thank you for the super chat. Says, who's interested in these lunatics? No thanks. That seems to be the sentiment, Successful MD. Thank you for the super chat. I appreciate you. Let's continue, y'all.
Why I need that? You getting my blood. I'm not getting yours. And she said I have to make an appointment. I don't have my social security card. This is nowhere near my house. I ain't got enough gas to go back to the house and come back. And I ain't got no money for no gas. So we're going to go to Whole Foods anyways. We're going to go to Whole Foods instead because it's between here and my house. And I got my EBT card. And I heard that they got oysters up in here for $1 if you got Amazon Prime. Something like that. So I'm going to get some oysters and I'm going to get a steak because I got EBT. I don't have to, no more peanut butter. I was getting peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, y'all. And I was cutting it in half and I was having half of it for breakfast and half of it for dinner. We don't have to do that no more. We don't got to do that no more.
I want people.
Listen, they depending on that EBT. You might want to not depend on that, okay? Because I'm just saying, we're going to get to the videos of the women crashing out about that. So you better find another way because that may not be available for much longer. What's going on, Hustle the Great? Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you. Successful MD says they sound audition with Tyler Perry. I'm done. They sound like they're auditioning for Tyler Perry. Child, who knows? Successful MD is a hot mess. Thank you once again for the super chat. I appreciate you. Let's continue.
To understand that we are heading into a situation or an economy that is going to be worse than the Great Depression. Along with laying off federal employees, they are also laying off.
Oh, you said they should audition with Tyler Perry. I'm done. Gotcha. They should audition with Tyler Perry. Successful. I gotcha. They should, child. They ain't gonna make it though. I'm just saying. Let's continue. Now, before we get into what she's saying, she said we headed into a Great Depression and it's gonna get real scary. You know, it's funny how a lot of women are concerned about that and where we're headed, and they realize it may not work out in their favor for a bunch of these single independent boss chicks. It kind of speaks to what they talk about back in the day, or we're not our grandmothers, right? Well, our grandfathers and our grandmothers stayed together because they had to. Baby, you know, history has a way of repeating itself. If you really pay attention, history has a way of repeating itself. Who knows? We're coming into a point where you may need some help. You may need somebody. And so all this talk about, I'm independent, I don't need a man, but we're heading into a situation to where you might be in a predicament that may be similar to what you talk about. You're not, and your grandmothers, and they would stay together until one passed because they had to. Well, history may just repeat itself, but only now the men don't care. So it's gonna be a problem. At least they cared back then to get married and stay together and raise a family, even though they had issues. Now, the men may not need y'all as much as y'all don't need them. The men really may not need y'all because the men have been independently by themselves for the longest. They know they have never had any other support. They didn't have nobody to come and rescue them. They didn't have all this government assistance. Now people say, yeah, men get it, but it's very rare, and it's a small percentage of men who even get it. And if they do get it, it's not a lot. You hear these women talking about they're getting $3,000 and $4,000 of EBT and food stamps. One single man is not getting that. So just miss me with that, because most men are not getting that much, at nowhere near that. So it's a small percentage of them, and they barely get it at all. So it's the majority we know of women, single mothers, who are getting it, running it up. And when they finally get rid of this and it's starting already, we're going to see who need who. And this is the part that I think a lot of these women don't realize. They're too proud and too independent to understand what a spouse, what a man is, why a man is needed, and why you guys are needed together, and why it's better to work together. That's the point that I like to make in all of this. But let's continue.
Off federal contractors. So whenever you see the federal employee number, times it by 2 of contractors that work for the federal government as well that are also losing their jobs. I honestly, I don't know what's going to happen. I just know that this is going to be the biggest layoff by an employer in our entire history. Y'all can correct me if I'm wrong, but this is going to be one of the biggest layoffs ever to occur. If private industry can see that they can get away with doing this in the federal government, this is going to happen in the private sector as well. There are going to be so many people without jobs, and there are going to be no jobs for anyone. And this is where AI comes in. This is so bad, y'all. I don't even know what to say, because so many people are going to lose their livelihoods. And with all of these jobs being lost, this is going to impact financial institutions. This is going to impact restaurants. This is going to impact clothing stores. Everybody is going to be impacted by this. This doesn't stop at federal employees and federal contractors and people that do services for the federal government. It doesn't stop there. This is going to trickle down to the very last person on the totem pole. And we are on the brink of an economic collapse, a total collapse. I don't know what else I can say for people to kind of understand what's happening, but the federal government does so much and helps so many areas by way of grants and, you know, other means of funding. And that's no longer going to be here, along with them cutting off Medicaid, Medicare, and Social Security. I really don't know what we as a group of people are going to do. And I'm gonna say this because if this has nothing to do with being Democrat, this has nothing to do with being Republican, this has nothing to do with being an independent. This is a non-political issue, and we are all going to be impacted by this. At some point, as a collective, we have to put this politic bullshit aside, because again, politics in this country are used as a divisive tool. It is literally us working class people against these billionaires. They don't give a shit about any of us. And at some point, we all have to come to that realization and wake the fuck up. So I think that's all I'm going to have to say about that. I hope they actually upload this video, because every video that I try to make about anything at this moment, except for pop culture shit, is up for review and they won't post. So I can only hope that this even gets uploaded at this point, because I don't know. And I'm really even thinking about deleting this app, because it's like, well, what the fuck is the point?
Now, okay, and so if that's, what do you guys think about what she had to say? Do you agree with her? Do you disagree? Let me know in the chat. I mean, but what is the solution? What are you prepared to do if something like that happens? What how does that change your world view on what's happening, or just your views in general about what is actually happening? Because a lot of people talk about this and they fear monger, but there's never a solution. There's nothing that you plan to do. Like, what could you do amongst yourself and, you know, the people around you, your peers? What are you planning on doing if something like that happened? Because a lot of people just talk about it, but they don't have a plan in place and they're not trying to do anything. You know what I'm saying? Successful MD, thank you once again for the super chat. Says these rich people can and will cause a civil war. It may be taken lightly and as a joke, but there is a bigger picture. Men and women should look out. Thank you, Successful MD. I appreciate you. You also say it'll still say, I'll still say no to women seeking survival only. I'll still say no to women seeking survival only. Thank you once again, Successful MD. I appreciate you. You know, it's just, you know, a lot of times I think when you see what's happening, they start to get scared, they start freaking out. But my thing is, why does it take something catastrophic to get people to understand what's important? Why does it always have to take, and it's just me thinking, like, why does it always have to take something, a major catastrophic event for people to realize what's important and what they should be doing to, you know, and what direction they should be going, or for people to come together in general to try to make advances or do something that will shift things in such a way so it doesn't have to get to that point. You know, it's never a problem until it's a problem. People don't see what's coming ahead until we're already there. You know what I'm saying? It's like, as much as we talk about relationships and hitting the wall and you're not going to have options as you're getting older, and I'm just using this as an example. Nobody hears it. Everybody, oh, shut the hell up. You don't know what you're talking about. I'm going to do what I want to do. I'm going to do and you do what you want to do. And then when you finally get to that catastrophic place, now you're freaking out and crying. And how did I get here? Well, you didn't listen. Nobody listens until it's a major problem. It's not a problem until it's a problem. And that's one thing I noticed with everything. People just do what they want to do. They could tell you, oh, this is going to happen in 50 years if you don't do this. And people are like, what the F? I don't give a damn. I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing. And then that time slowly creeps up on you. And then now, it's falling apart. Now people are running scared. Like, what are we going to do? Nobody likes to prepare for the future. Nobody really likes to do anything that will help to get you in a better place or possibly get you in a better place. Certain things are out of your control. There are certain things that you cannot change. It's not in your power or capabilities to do. But the things that are, people just sit back and watch, the shipwreck, but never ever try to do anything to prevent it. Prevention is always whatever. I'm not worried about it until it hits home, until it's you. You can see these things happening to other people and nobody gives a damn. But then when it hits you, now everybody want to cry. The same thing with the people losing their jobs, federal jobs and stuff being lost. Once again, I'm not happy to see people lose their jobs because people need to work and people need to thrive. People have families to take care of. So people need their jobs. But at the same time, when I see a lot of these women complaining and crashing out, it's almost as if you feel entitled to this. When you should have in your mind that if this is not something that you own, you don't control the masses. You don't control the people who employ you. You have no power over that. I don't care how good you think you are at your job. I don't care how much seniority you have. And your jobs are not foolproof. Like at any time, they could let you go. And so I always wonder why people don't have the mentality of, you know what, I'm going to move accordingly. While I'm making these six figures or whatever money you're making, I'm going to prioritize my income in such a way so that if I am laid off at any point, I'm secure enough to still take care of my bills and take care of myself until I find something else to do. But you would be surprised how so many people live from paycheck to paycheck, from day to day, and not really think about the future, not even think about, hey, what if I lose my job? People get so caught up into it and think that, nothing's going to happen. Oh, it's not going to happen. And that it's somebody else's fault, or that, somebody is obligated to give you what you want on a consistent basis. And it doesn't work like that. And this is why you find a lot of people crashing out, specifically women. Honestly, women are the ones who crying and crashing out and wondering, how could they do this? And how could they literally ask that question? How could they fire me? It's not right. It's not fair. But I don't understand. Did you think that you were exempt from from something that's been happening for years? And it's been happening to a lot of people, men and women. Men get fired. They don't go on social media and start crying and lashing out. They got to go to the next thing. They got to figure out the next thing. But women, a lot of times, and I point out women because it's the truth, a lot of women feel entitled to something. I've seen women who wanted to sue their jobs for firing them because you felt like they shouldn't have fired you, not realizing, hey, if that's something that they want to do, they can. Your job is not a guarantee. And I think it's more of a shock when women lose their jobs because they have this entitlement that somehow this is what they're supposed to just keep you forever. And it doesn't work like that. So I think it's more they become more distraught than men because men expect these types of things. Men, because it happens to them. They get fired, they lose their job, they don't like it, but they understand, hey, this is the name of the game. Let me move on. I gotta pick myself up, and I gotta keep it moving. Men know that nobody's coming to save them. They gotta keep it going. Nobody's gonna feel sorry for them. Nobody's gonna be sympathetic to their situation. So they gotta go on their own and figure that shit out. Women crying, wondering like, why? And should they have done that? And why? No, that's it. So it's more of a problem for women because they don't expect that, and they become distraught and crazy and lose their minds, so I just think, Yeah, women have a harder time with these things. And because they've walked around and they felt like they've been entitled to something that they shouldn't feel entitled to. Pharaoh, thank you for the super chat once again, says more Black people need to research Sambra. It's a place in Ghana, West Africa. We need to understand we can free ourselves because we have allies. Thank you so much for the super chat, Pharaoh. I've never heard of it, but now I'm gonna check that out. I'm gonna look into it. Thank you for the super chat. I appreciate you. These chicks place a camera in front of them just to cry. Oh my God, Mrs. Fluellen. They sure do. Thank you so much for being here. Shout out to you. How are you? Yes, ma'am. They everything posted on social media. I don't understand it. I mean, look, if I worked outside of the home at this point and I lost my job, I would not post it on social media crying. I would not do it. For what? What are you looking for? You want somebody to do a GoFundMe to pay your bills? I'm just saying. Like, Jesus Lord, what are you on here crying for? You want somebody to take care of you? Come on. They'll quickly go to GoFundMe to get some money to pay their bills as opposed to going out and look for another job. You know? It's just crazy. But let's continue.
Somebody to fucking tell me they're lying. I need somebody to fucking tell me they're lying. I need somebody to fucking tell me they're lying right fucking now. Because what the fuck do you mean that I'm not gonna get my fucking SNAP benefits? What the fuck do you mean? Because what the fuck is happening? Do you understand that there are people like me who cannot work? Do you understand there are people like me who have kids who cannot eat? Do you understand there are people like me who go hungry the last week of the month just so my kids can't eat? Because SNAP benefits is all we fucking get. I need somebody to please fucking tell me he's lying. I can't. What the fuck am I gonna do?
Girl, I know you.
Oh, fuck.
Girl,
I got a DHS letter.
she said her panic attack lasted 30 minutes. I know you lying, child. And she said she couldn't work. I would be interested to know what is stopping her from work. She has 2 legs, 2 arms. She seemed like she can get around and walk around. That's enough. And you could talk. So you could work. What's the problem? I see a lot of people walking around saying they can't work, and I don't see nothing wrong with them. Why you can't work? Why? Anyway, let's continue.
In the mail this morning, and I just now opened it. And somebody reported me to the state of Michigan.
Now, wait, the caption says, DHS is forcing me to sell my 2024 BMW, honey. She got a 2024 BMW or my Foodstamps gets cut off $4,000. So she was getting $4,000 a month in food stamps. See what I'm saying? They be getting all the stamps to $88 a month, right? They also cut my cash, and she getting cash benefits, okay? And telling me, and Section 8, ooh, child. The welfare queens, right? They also cut my cash benefits and telling me Section 8 will no longer pay 95% of my rent. What do I do? Do what you do. You know, how do you get the 2024 BMW? Do what you do to get that. $4,000 in food stamps, child, cash benefits, and you on Section 8. The government is really paying it up for you. I'm just saying. We talk about the welfare queens. I mean, look, paying 95% of your rent, so you don't pay barely anything in rent. Get all the food assistance you need, $4,000 a month for all the food in the world, and cash benefits. Do you have a job, but you driving a 2024 BMW? It's insanity. Let's continue.
Because I'm making money on TikTok and I drive a 2024 BMW. They have cut my food stamps from almost $4,000 a month down to $88 a month. They are telling me if I want a review that I have to sell my car. So
you're telling me if you were on welfare, food stamps, cash assistance, Section 8, you can't drive a nice car? They are forcing me to sell my brand new BMW, or I lose almost $4,000 in food stamps. Not only that, they have taken my cash assistance totally away. They are telling me that Section 8 will no longer be paying 95% of my rent, only 10% of my rent. So I will have to pay a little over $400 a month now instead of $60 a month. They cannot do this. They cannot make me sell my car. They cannot cut my food stamps.
Why the hell they can't? What you mean they can't? Yes, the hell they can. If you're making income, then you make income. It's based on your income. So if you got enough income coming in, must be from TikTok or whatever you're doing. Yes, they can. In order for you to be getting your 95% of your rent paid, and then they only telling you to pay $400, child. Who pays $400 for rent? What they do? Like, where that's at nowadays? All you paying is $400 a rent for rent still? Goddamn. So you was paying, what you was paying a small, now all you still got to pay is $400 for rent. You don't get no cash assistance. You shouldn't, because you make some money. And $88 a month in stamps, you need to be lucky they're giving you that. From fourth to fourth, why? I mean, come on, living high on the hog. I'm just saying. And shit, I mean, look, you should still be grateful that they even telling you to pay $400 for the rent. And you still get $88 for the damn food stamps because you're making enough money. If you're making money, they calculate what you're making and then they base it on if you qualify on the amount of money that you make. So what you mean they can't do it? Yes, the hell they can, and they did, and they will, because a lot of these people don't qualify for that assistance, and they walking around here making money, getting BMWs, getting Mercedes. I know people got Mercedes Benz driving around and on government assistance. You don't really qualify. If you can afford a car and pay that car note and you make enough money to do that, and amongst other things, why? So no, you would not qualify for the assistance. I don't know. Once again, the entitlements. It's the entitlement of it all. Oh, you can't do this. Oh, yes, the hell they can. You don't qualify, you don't qualify. And we're going to see more of this because a lot of these people are duping the system and they're getting over while hardworking citizens are out here struggling to pay up these high rent and mortgages and all of these things and paying their own way, while these people sitting around, getting over. So yeah, it's time to trim the fat. Trim the fat. Shit. I mean, come on, go to work. Ain't nothing wrong with y'all. Y'all can't work? What's going on? Like, come on now. I think it's time for this type of stuff to stop. I do. And while I think people should have jobs and you need to work instead of sitting around just thinking that somebody owe you something and you don't want to get up and work because your knees hurt. Come on now, get it together. D, you see Eddie Griffin react to that crying girl. I didn't see it, Farrell. Send it to me if you can. I didn't see it. Thank you, Farrell. Successful MD says, breathe, DeeDee, please. I'm not surprised. I wouldn't want to work around these lunatics. These people are capping too many lies. She's be in prison. Right. I mean, it's just ridiculous. Successful MD, thank you. Irvin, thank you for the super chat. Irvin says, why she got that car? I got 3 and they all about 20 years old. Americans are spoiled. They are, Irvin. Thank you for the super chat, Irvin. I appreciate you. Yeah, it's just, it doesn't make any sense. But I get it. People going to use the system as much as it'll allow them to. Farrell says, entitled sugar baby heifer better go to OnlyFans. OnlyFans? Hell, they're not getting the money from OnlyFans anyway. And who want to see that? I'm just saying, like, what y'all want to see? Come on now. Child. I'm just saying. And you know what? I want to shout out to the big people, because let me tell you something. When I was in the gym the other day, me and my husband, right? I noticed something. There are a lot of big people in the gym. Do y'all notice that when y'all go to the gym? I'm a new gym person. So I see a lot of big obese people in the gym. So maybe they getting the message, child, work out. They be hustling too. I mean, biggest all outdoors, like 300-400 pounds, and they in the gym. I seen at least 3 obese people in the gym getting it in. Good for them. I'm just saying. Thank you, Pharaoh, for this. I appreciate you. I don't know. I noticed that. I just thought about it. I'm sorry. I just be all over the place, but I just realized that. Yeah, I saw like obese, like 400 pounds on the treadmill, getting it in. I'm like, yes. I could look because I was on the treadmill and I was looking like, and what can y'all why big people wear red? I'm just saying. Lord, forgive me, I ain't gonna lie. I don't know. This was a question I asked my husband is why? I mean, extremely big people wear red. Like I could see the red out the corner of my eye. Like you don't even have to look all the way around. The red is out like this, and you can see like this. You don't even have to turn all the way around. You just kind of like and why they wear big red t-shirts like Kool-Aid, like See Me or something. I don't know. I don't know what it is. I'm just saying I don't know why that is. I asked myself that. Big red t-shirts, like you could see them. You don't have to turn all around to see them. And then that's why I had to look back, and I'm like, oh, okay, because I saw the red from my peripheral, like from the side, and I was like. And I see that on 600 Pound Life, a lot of the big ones wear big red t-shirts. Why red? Wear black. Do you want the attention? Because the red just kind of stands out. I don't know. I just noticed that. I don't understand why. Big red t-shirts. Like, why red? That's part of their New Year's resolution, DeeDee. Oh Lord, I'm sorry. Yeah, looking like the Kool-Aid man. I don't know. I forgive me, but I'm happy to see him in the gym. Shout out to them. Thank you, Successful MD. Let's continue.
Has anybody else been in a similar situation? What do I do? What kind of rights do I have? Because I can't work, but I'm not selling my car. But I also need the 4,000 of Foodstamps. So I'm at a fucking loss. I don't know.
What rights do you have? What rights? What? No, you gotta prove your income. Show the income that you make. If your income is not within the I guess if you make too much, then you don't qualify. So based on what income she have shown them, she must qualify for very little because the Section 8, they still paying part of her rent. It's just going to go up. And she getting a few $88. And so they're looking at what you make and you barely qualify. Well, ain't no rights. Either you qualify or you don't. That's it. They are spoiled. They've gotten used to using the system. And now that it's changing, they don't know what to do. Can't do anything. D, you kill me, LOL. I'm on a weight loss journey. Good for you, Pharaoh. Shout out to you. Me too. I'm trying to, trust me, I need to lose I need to get a little more tone. Trust me. But shout out to you, Pharaoh. Good luck. Thank you for the super chat. I mean, hell. Let's continue.
What's up, Dan?
He's not having a good day.
I'm sorry, man. Did anything happen?
Just the same stuff.
I get it, babe. Life's hard.
I know that I've actively worked towards the life that I have now. This isn't the life that I want, and it's just so frustrating to me. I've sacrificed my 20s. I've sacrificed all of the years with the kids being young, and I just don't think it was worth it. It's not even about the money, though. That's the thing.
What I was gonna say is, we're doing good for our age.
I'm just frustrated. The chaos and the hustle, and I'm just so tired of it. Always being pulled in a million directions. For the last 6 years, I've just not been the mom, the wife, the friend, the business owner that I've wanted to be.
I don't think I give myself enough credit, though.
Because I've been spread so thin, it's just to not even execute best of my abilities just pisses me the fuck off. It makes me so mad. But then it's I realistically understand that that with everything that was going on, Like, I did the best of a shitty situation. Like, I get that. I'm just surviving and I'm not thriving in anything.
Okay, so this is apparently a wife. She's married, but she says reality, the other side of hustle culture. So she's a businesswoman. She has a husband, and if I'm not mistaken, that's her husband on the phone. She's distraught and complaining about surviving and not thriving. Like, she's working so hard and she's basically not happy. She's not happy with her life. She says she sacrificed her 20s. She seemed to have kids, and now she's working. I'm assuming she wanted this, because typically some women aren't happy with being at home with the kids. That's not good enough. And then they want to get out the house and they want to work and they want to be these, boss chicks. And then when they get that, they're not happy with that. Trust me, I can relate. I remember I've been at home raising the kids the whole time. The majority of our kids are grown now. I was a housewife for years and did not work outside the home, and still don't really. And this is something I'm doing with social media now as like a hobby slash, some people can call it a career, but hobby slash, I guess, career, something that I've wanted to do or decided to do, to just to have something to do. But been a housewife the whole time while my husband worked. And I went through a phase, to be honest, where I was like, oh, I want to maybe get a job and this and that. And then at the time, it was not feasible to do so because my husband was saying, hey, it will cost more in daycare. Because remember, at one point we had four toddlers, you know what I'm saying? So daycare was going to be expensive and there was no need to, and my husband wouldn't have to pay for it until, I get on my feet and start making enough money. And it wasn't feasible to go outside of the home and work knowing we're going to have to pay a lot in daycare. And then I was a little iffy about the daycare in the first place. But at some point I started feeling, that's why I get it. I'm a woman. I get it. Been through these phases where it was a time where I felt like, oh, just being at home with the kids, it's tiresome. It's a lot of work, even though I didn't trust daycares. But I was thinking and feeling like, oh, maybe I could go get a job part-time and stuff just to get out the house, to be around other adults and stuff like that. I felt like that. So I kind of was going back and forth. My husband was like, he didn't think that was a good thing to do because it would cost more in daycare for 4 kids at the time. And so I was like, yeah, you're right. And then I really didn't trust the daycare. So I'm just like, okay, well, all right, I'm not going to try to do that. There's no need to do it or whatever. But I did go through that phase of thinking and feeling that I should be out there. And I think it's something that a phase women go through. You think first off, you want a husband who's taking care of all the bills. You want a man who's the provider and a protector 100%. You want that so that you can be at home with the kids or start a family. Then when you get that, now you want something else. It's always something else. It's never, for the most part, where a lot of women are just completely satisfied with what they're doing. It changes. This is why it can be very difficult for men to deal with women, because women don't stick to the plan. The plan could be one thing and then they want to change it up and then they want to do something else. They're never 100% solid in what they choose to do. It always changes. And that could be very difficult for a man who is out here trying to maintain his family and maintain, the livelihood of his family, going out and working hard. And then we come home, the woman is confused and she's been thinking all day and feeling all day. And she's thought out and conjured up a whole bunch of stuff that she's ready to lay on him. And that's too much for that man while he's just trying to, he's focused. He knows, I got to take care of this family. I'm going to work. I'm going to do what I need to do. And that's it. He's not trying to switch it up and be like, oh, well, I think I don't want to work anymore. I think I want to start a business out the blue and spend all the money that y'all saved up for that. Or, it just, to me, from my experience, men have a plan, they stick to it and they see it through. And if there's something else that they want to do, they start doing that and they maneuver that and they do it. We like to switch up and do some other stuff and cause problems from what I gather. So it's like, then you're never satisfied. You're never satisfied. You want this and then you get it. And now you want something else. It's very confusing. Ronald, thank you so much for the super chat. Says, looks like black women aren't going to sit by and watch us black men burn after all. Thank you for the super chat, Ronald. I appreciate you. You know, it's just crazy. Next level, thank you for the super chat. Says, I thought bears were the solution for these women. Apparently not. Next level. The bear ain't doing nothing for them. Are we surprised? Right. It was all about the bear. They chose the bear, but I guess not. I guess they realized something. Thank you for the super chat. Pharaoh says, to be honest, I understand because my seizure disability sacrificed my 20s. That's why I got a chest implant thing to better my chance living overseas. Thank you so much for the super chat, Pharaoh. I appreciate you. Wow, that's crazy. How is everything with that, Pharaoh? Everything going good with it? That's interesting. Let's continue.
Yeah, like I am a shitty CEO. Like it's not, yes, because I'm never executing. I'm never executing to the best of my abilities because I can't. Like if I pour everything into this business like I'm supposed to in this role, then I'm a horrible person to my children. I cannot continue this conversation because I'm losing my mind, but I'm just not having.
I just want you to know you're doing good. I understand that there's ups and downs, and I do get that it's hard. I fully agree.
I don't want to keep trying to keep up. I do not want to. I want to.
You're gonna slow down.
I'm just so frustrated. I'm just so frustrated. Okay, well let me go because you're just being. You're being logical, and I don't want to be logical.
I'm with you that things are hard.
I'm just overwhelmed and I'm frustrated. Well, since I just cried my eyes out, I think I'm just gonna end the vlog here today. I love you guys. See you tomorrow.
So once again, it just sounds like she's frustrated with her choices. She's frustrated and it happens to everybody. It's not unusual. It's not unusual, but it's, I don't understand why they record it. But it's a common thing, with women. It's a common thing with women. Women, you make like I said, you make the choice of what you want. And then when you are tired of doing it, now you want to do something else. And that pressure, if you have a husband, if you have a companion, that pressure is put on that person because now they have to feel they probably feel pressure to do something, you know what I mean? To make you feel happy. So it sounds like she wants to put more time more time with her kids. She's tired of the rat race. She's tired of giving her all to the business is what she's saying. But I'm pretty sure that's something that she wanted at a point. And then when it gets hard and it gets tiresome and it gets frustrating, now you want to walk away from it, but it may not be the best option to make at this point. Because now if that's part of y'all income, then it's probably necessary. So it's difficult to just go back and forth. I don't know, but that's the nature of a lot of women. When we like to switch things up. When we get tired of it, we want to switch it up. We want to do something else. And it's not always the best choice to make. You know what I'm saying? So I just find that interesting. That a lot of women do this. And it's the same thing when it comes to relationships and men. A lot of women, they'll tell you all the time, hey, listen, when a relationship is no longer serving them, they're ready to leave. They're ready to leave. They're ready to walk away because they don't want to deal with it. They don't want to go through the ups and the downs. It's like they want things to go their way 100% of the time. And that's not realistic. That's just not how life goes. On the other hand, a lot of men just have to deal with it. They make a choice, like I say, and they deal with it. The ups and the downs. If it takes a left turn or whatever, they got to maneuver that and they got to keep it pushing. They don't have time to make TikToks and start crying and all of that. They gotta just do it, whether they like it or not. And that's the difference. And that's why a lot of women, I don't know. I think women are great assets and all of that if they can be, and I think we are, you know, good in certain aspects. But I think a lot of women complicate things so much. You know, I've been complicated myself at a point. You know, I just think that we complicate a lot of things with our emotions and our feelings. That's why you have to get your emotions and your feelings in check. We really make things more difficult. And for the man who loves us, it puts more stress on them because they already got a lot to deal with. They don't need, to be, worried about us and our different feelings and all of that. You know, it could be very difficult and taxing on any man or any person that loves you and is close to you. So, even though we are emotional creatures and we're going to have that, we gotta learn how to like work on that and know when, or how to deal with it and not bog our spouses down with it, or or put that pressure on them to do something because you change your mind. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. It's just a lot. Women go through a lot mentally and and physically, and I just think, yeah, while that is the case, but sometimes you got to think about the person you're with and how that could mess with them, and they got a lot that they got to already deal with and stuff, so that's why I say women could be the problem in a lot of cases. Farrell says, yeah, it's good. Can we video call? Let me think about that, Farrell. Thank you so much for the super chat. Maybe I'll let a few people up, not a whole lot if y'all want to. Thank you, Farrell. Next level says, crying after you hit record is a production. Right. It is. I just don't, unless it's something like major that happens in my life that, because I shared a lot on here with you guys, maybe if something major that happened, I would probably share it. And depending on what it is, I'm just not gonna, if I'm too emotional, I probably wouldn't do it. But yeah, it is a production a lot of times. That's why I say, because there's money in it. You get money from that. You get money from it. So you got to utilize everything. Which I personally think everything is not meant for social media. Everything is not meant for social media. Some things you need to keep private. I'm just saying. Thank you. Next level. James Harper, thank you for the super chat. Says, thank you for telling the truth, DeeDee. Great show. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for the support. I appreciate you, James. All right, so let's keep it moving, y'all. Make sure y'all are hitting the like button. We got about 232 people watching, only 154 likes. Hit the like button. Hit the like button, y'all. Hit the like button. Front camera crying. Child, it's a mess. Let's continue.
Okay, so I blocked my gym crush on TikTok, and I think I blocked him on Instagram, so I could get some advice from my gym girlies, cause I don't have an appetite, and that's not good, especially with me working out. So my gym crush happened to be somebody that I had a crush on in high school, and like for a couple years now, we've just always somehow managed to see each other in like a random ass place every now and then, and like he always notices me before I notice him, so he'll come up to me and be like, hey, da, da, and we chat it up and it'd be a real good time. So I started working out. I go to this gym. I go to Crunch. So I go to Crunch. I'm in there my first day. I just do the Stairmaster and the treadmill, and then I left. A couple hours later, I check my Snap, and I see that I have a message from the guy, and he was like, oh, you go to Crunch, da-da-da, and I was like, oh, I didn't, like, I was like, I didn't know you go to Crunch, like, that's crazy, I didn't even see you in there, woot-de-woot, like, so we were chatting it up. So the next time I see him, like, obviously, my feelings have never changed for this man, like, ever, like, anytime I see him anywhere, it's just gonna be the same, like, I'm gonna feel the same way. So I go to the gym the next day. I'm looking forward to seeing him because he's very attractive, like very attractive. And so like I go in there.
Listen, I want everybody to keep this in your head. I'm gonna make t-shirts. I'm gonna make t-shirts that say this. Who you want gotta want you. All right? Who you want gotta want you. You can want whoever you want, and you can want Idris Elba. You could want Barack Obama. You could want Lorenz Tate. You could want whoever you want, but keep in mind they got to want you. And there's nothing you can do to make them want you. If they want you, they want you. If they don't, they don't. Keep that in mind. Let's continue.
I see him and I immediately like I'm really shy and nervous around him. And later on I'll get to that part. So this goes on for like I'm going to the gym. The first week is all like that, hee hee ha ha. Last week it was hee hee ha ha and it was come over Wednesday. So I go to his house. We hang out. We have casual conversation, catching up. He's saying certain things here and there where I'm like, okay. Like, you know, it's kind of tugging on the heartstring a little bit. And, but other than that, like, it was a good time. And I'm not saying tugging on a heartstring in a bad way, like in a good way. And I was just like, oh. And so after that, I'm thinking we're going to hang out tomorrow. He did say those plans were not set in stone. He was like, I will let you know. And I said, okay, cool. So boom, I'm going to the gym. I'm trying to muster up the courage to talk to him in the gym because like, I don't know. I just be so nervous. And I told him that.
Now, wait. Now, she said she been having a crush on him since high school. Didn't she say that? Now, if she's had a crush on him since high school, so they went to high school together, he wasn't really interested in you since high school? Because I'm pretty sure he knows. She said they know each other, so he's known her from high school. He never pursued her or anything. Girl, he don't want you. He don't want you. That's it. That's it. He don't want you. You should have the intuition, you know, the intuition that women have to know that this man don't really want you. I'm just saying. Because if he wasn't interested then, what makes you think he's interested now? You know what I'm saying? And you having a crush on him all this time, and he's never pursued you or never tried to get with you. That's on you. That's on you now. Because he don't want you, clearly. Just saying. Move on. You got to know when to cut your losses. You can't just keep thinking that, you know, something is going to come out of this that you want to come out of it. You know, something could come out of it, but not what you really want, you know, and then it's going to make you feel bad. I'm just saying. So you got to understand, use the wisdom and the knowledge and the intuition that women say they have to understand that this man ain't into you. So just keep it moving. Let's continue.
And so I ended up texting him maybe Saturday or Sunday or Friday. I don't remember. And I was like, hey, hold on. I was like, hey, I know why I'm so nervous around you. He was like, why? And I was like, you know, you give off a very strong masculine vibe, and that brings out the inner feminism in me, or femininity. Like, he makes me feel very feminine and want to be girly, and I feel so safe around him, and he's so soft spoken with me, and just like the way he was thinking, like everything. So I told him all of that, and I was like, yeah, like, you know, like you make me literally want to melt into your arms. I'm being very, very, very fucking vulnerable. Okay.
Why? You think that's gonna make him want you? Come on. He probably just, that's the way he talk. So he just probably talks. He's probably soft spoken. It's not something he's doing to please you. It's just probably how he talk. You're romanticizing it in your mind because you really like him. He's probably just talking normally, and he knows that you like him. He's just talking and saying whatever, and you're melting away by yourself. He's not probably, he's just being him. And you're the one who are romanticizing the way he talk and the way he move, and he's doing all this. You're creating this fairy tale in your head, and he's just talking normally, probably. I'm just saying, you're conjuring up these feelings and these ideas for this man because you've been liking him since high school. So now you're making stuff up. I'm just saying. And it happens all the time. Let's continue.
Never in my life maybe sent anything like that to a man. So he texts back, I don't remember, but he was just like, oh, like you should always surround yourself with people that make you be in your purest form. Like I'm happy that you feel that way, and some other shit. And so after that I was like, okay, period. And I texted him, I was like, hey, the next day I texted him, I was like, hey, would love to see you soon. Let me know when you're free. Radio silence. So that bothered me, like, a lot. And I ended up calling two homeboys, and because I had to get it from a guy's point of view. both homeboys, one homeboy told me just chill, relax, enjoy it. And I was like, okay, I can do that. But the other homeboy really put shit into perspective. He was like, everybody has that person in their phone that no matter where they at, what they doing, whoopty whoop, they're gonna text back. And when he said that, I almost started crying because I was like, I'm not his person. He may be my person. Like, if he was to text me, I don't care where I'm at, I don't care what time it is, bro, I'm texting back. I'm not his person. And that made me so sad. So I ended up.
Ma'am, listen, this is what, you got to be an adult and stop acting like a child. Clearly that you were not I could see that from a mile away, and I need glasses, that you are not his type. He's talking to you, probably just trying to be nice, or who knows, probably trying to see what he can get out of you since he know you like him. Girl, clearly you don't, how long does it take y'all to realize that these men don't really be into y'all like that? And you shouldn't be sad. I mean, if he was into you, he would have been showed you that. He would have been gave you some play. He would have been in your face trying to talk to you. When men are attracted to you and they like you, they're going to show you. They're going to want to be around you. They're going to want to spend time. They will let you know. So this man don't seems like he's giving her any inclination that he really wants her. He's not trying to really be. You're not his type. And I don't understand why women waste time. Don't wait. If you like somebody and you realize they don't really like you, leave them the hell alone. Keep it moving. I don't care how attractive they are. I don't care how you feeling about them, because obviously they don't feel the same about you. So I don't understand why you subject yourself to that type of hurt, because you're going to be hurt by it, not him. Or anybody. It could be anybody. This could be reversed. If you see that a person is not really feeling you, leave them the hell alone. I don't care how much you think they're nice or you're into them. Walk away. Find somebody who's into you. That is not your person. And I don't know where they come up with this idea of my person. They're not your, all the women who be like, I found my person, and your person don't ever like you.
You can't handle the truth.
Your person is the person who you're calling your person is not, they don't want you as their person. Once again, the person you want gotta want you. You stop calling them your person when they could care less. They don't even want to be in your presence. They don't even see you as attractive. They see you maybe as a cool person. That's it. Not even a friend. They don't even want to call you a friend. They like, oh, you cool. That's about it. You're not in their phone. They're not texting back. They could care less. They got their eye on somebody else. They looking for somebody that they want to be their person, because you're not. Come on, it's not. Whew, Lord, recognize that. I want people to recognize that. Like the person that like you. Don't stop running behind somebody who don't want you. Don't do that. That ain't cool. That ain't cool. Successful MD says all men are not thirsty and women don't get it. Yeah, that's like every time. Thank you, Successful MD, because a lot of women think that just because they think that they're everything since sliced bread, and you walk out, you think a man, they're just not interested. So why waste your time? Why have somebody in your phone thirsting over them when they could care less. They think you're a nice person, but they don't want you. Just move on.
Crying my eyes out the entire night. And
Crazy.
I think like a little bit towards the end of the night, I ended up just reading this book to help heal your inner child and just heal so that when you so that you can have healthy relationships moving forward. And I drank me some tea and I was like, you know what? I'm not even going to take it like that. Like, I'm literally, when I see him in the gym, I'm going to smile. I'm going to go up to him. I'm going to talk to him. I'm going to put myself out there. Like, I'm not going to, like, be shy anymore because, like, I've already been in his house. Like, we've talked a couple times. Like I just don't understand. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, let's make a move. So I woke up this morning. I am ecstatic. Like, I'm happy. I feel great. I'm looking at myself in the mirror and I'm like, oh my gosh, girl, you're so fucking gorgeous. Like, you're so cute. You're so adorable. And, you know, I'm getting ready. Whoop-de-whoop.
And why women lie to themselves? I'm just saying. I really want women to stop lying to themselves. You be looking in the mirror and you be lying to yourself. Why lie to yourself? Just be honest. There's nothing wrong with feeling good about yourself, but a lot of times they be making this shit up. You really be putting these false feelings in the atmosphere. You really be like telling yourself lies. A lot of times, because if you really feel, this is the thing I said about what's her name? Lizzo. Lizzo used to be crying every time you look on social media because she wasn't happy about herself. Now she losing that weight. Why she seems so much happier? I don't know. I think she's feeling herself now for real. Because before that, it's fake. It's fake confidence. It's fake confidence. You start telling yourself, "Oh, I'm so beautiful, girl. You look good." You don't really feel that good about yourself. It's a false sense of confidence that you put on because you're trying to make yourself feel good about yourself. So that's why how you know it's fake is because as soon as somebody say something that you don't like, your confidence is all going down the drain. It could easily be eliminated. Like if you really feel good about yourself, something that one person may say is not going to automatically take all of that away. You're going to be confident no matter what. It wouldn't take it'd be so easy for somebody to just drain their confidence with one comment or one word. So if it's that easy for somebody to remove your confidence and all this love you have for yourself and the way you really feel about yourself, that means you never really had it in the first place. That means it's fake. It's not real. You're not that secure in that. And so if you are really secure and confident about yourself, it won't be so easy for somebody to break your confidence is what I'm saying. And I think a lot of times these women, and it is day to day. One day you feel good. I'm so beautiful. Girl, you look good. And then before the day out, you crying, feeling I'm depressed. So come on. It's a false sense of confidence that, women tell themselves. And you could one little thing and it's all gone and you back crying and depressed. So it's not real. You really got to work a little bit harder on building your self-confidence and really love yourself. And when you do that, nobody can easily tear you down. It won't bother you. You'll still walk in that. If somebody says something that you don't like, it won't even shake you or rattle you. You'll be able to still move on and deal with that and not lose all of who you really are. So, that's what I'm not saying you can't be self-confident. I think it's a false sense of it when women tell themselves, and that's why they go back and forth. Let's continue.
I eat my breakfast and I get my card. I'm like, oh my God, I can't wait to see him in the gym. So I pull up to the gym. I walk in the gym. I don't see him. But I'm like, hey, I ain't looking for him. He'll pop up. And so I go and I start working on my core and I'm laughing. I'm having a good time and I'm listening to great music. And then I catch it. Like I am looking for him, but I also see him out the corner of my eye. So I'm like, okay, he's over there. Okay, purr. So I was going to make it my mission to like, when he saw me, like, because he always say, what's up? I was going to make it my mission to be like, hey, like, how you doing? How's your workout going? Like, I was going to engage in conversation. This man walked past me and like, low-key gave me a me mug. I don't know. I don't have my glasses, so I really can't see for real. So it looked like he was giving me a me mug. So I was like, oh shit, what the fuck did I do? And so this is after sending that whole vulnerable ass text message. Okay? So, wait, let me rewind. Whoop, whoop. So then, I think the day before that, I had posted like a video of me in my bra and underwear just showing the progress of my body on Snapchat. And he slid up talking about some whoop-de-whoop, 360 yada yada. And I'm like, okay. I was like, okay, yeah, for a full body massage, yeah, I'm definitely down, you know what I'm saying? Like, period, yeah. And he was like, oh, he was like, yeah, like we can make that happen or something like that. And I was like, when? And he was like, well, we'll see. So then I try to post a fucking story to my a video to my story. I was trying to post a fucking video. And I fucking sent it to him. So then I had to delete it. He's talking about was that the video, the 360? Why the fuck would I let you see the 360 in a video when you could just invite me over and see it in fucking person? But that's neither here nor there. So after that, I kind of was in my head like, oh, you can respond when it comes to something sexual, but you can't respond with me just wanting to spend genuine time with your dumb ass.
No, girl, he's not the dumbass. It's you. With all due respect. He's not the dumbass. You are. Because you should be able to see that he's wasting he's tempted. That man might have a girlfriend. From what it sounds like, he probably got somebody. And he's flirting with the idea of sleeping with you because he know you already down. He know you ready to go. That's what you saying. Oh, yeah, he flirting with the idea because he know you open and ready. But he's on the fence about it because he knows if he take it to that next level, you're gonna be in the fucking, I mean, God forgive me, I ain't trying to cuss. You're gonna be in the cloud. You're gonna be on cloud 9. You're gonna be like, oh, this is my man. You already been holding on to a crush from high school. So he know if he put that thing on you, you're gonna be like, woo, he's mine. And you can be running behind him. And now you're going to have to deal with your shit. And he don't want to do that. Come on, be for real. He's skeptical because he know you already there. And if he do that, oh shit, now you really going to be on his heels. So come on, he don't want you. He's flirting with the idea of you because he know he could bust that down any time. What? That's what you want. You like, oh, well, you send a picture. You know, he like, oh, damn, I can tap that. But then he like, oh, shit, she on the crazy cuckoo side. I don't really want that. That's what that is. He don't want you, but he knows you're thirsty. He knows, I don't understand. Come on, educated women, y'all could do better. You can do better. Pharaoh says Tim Burton needs his clay animation back, child. Pharaoh, you got to stop. Pharaoh, you a hot mess. Lord have mercy. Come on now. She wants to be played, seems like. Thank you, Pharaoh, for the support. She wants to be played. She thinks, she's come on, clearly the man don't want you. You're sending stuff to him to tempt them and thinking that, oh, that's gonna make him want you. No, he don't want you. Clearly, he don't want you. He really skeptical about fooling with you because he knows what you're doing. He knows it's gonna be a problem. Ciao.
So noted that this is let's fast forward back to today. So I'm in the gym. I'm doing my workout with you. I'm watching him in the mirror because why the fuck not? And I'm continuing my workout. So after that, I go to I'm like, okay, like I want to hit the hip abductor because like I just love working out my glutes. Like I like it. So I walk my happy-go-lucky ass over to the motherfucking goddamn hip abductor. And why was he sitting on the other side? Like I knew he was already over there, but I didn't know there was another girl over there, like on the other machine. And he got up and started talking to her. Let me tell y'all something. I did cry. I cried on the Stairmaster and I cried on the motherfucking goddamn treadmill. And I cried in the bathroom. And I almost had a panic attack. And y'all probably like, girl, what the fuck? All because he was talking to a girl? Yeah. Calm the fuck down. It's not because he was talking to a girl. It was the fact that in that moment, I realized that he did not see me as a person. He did not value me as a person. He just saw me as someone who could boost his ego when he needed it. And hopefully a quick fuck in his book. How the fuck you're gonna ask me to be the mother to your cats? Even if you were joking, why the fuck would you joke about something like that? And why would you say, oh my god, we would have such cute babies. We would have such cute babies. Then you talk about some, oh, we gonna have a little sushi day. I'm gonna cook you some steak. Why do men put themselves in situations that they don't have to fucking be in? You never had to say that shit. You didn't have to say none of that shit. And I still would have ate up whatever it was. You didn't have to, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you didn't have to lie. Like, what the actual fuck, y'all? So I need to know, what do y'all do about y'all gym crushes? Like, how the fuck do y'all get through y'all workouts? Because I'm going to need some fucking help.
Girl, go home. That's the advice I would give you. Take your ass home. Learn, read the room. Learn some shit. Like, come on, be smarter. Y'all be saying y'all smart and educated. I don't see it. That's why I say, listen, your education, and I don't know what her education level is, but I wouldn't be surprised about any of it because your education doesn't make you all knowing. And they use that too much. Girl, go talk to some hood chicks or somebody. Go get some advice so they can school you on men. Go talk to some men who will tell you the real deal. That man don't want you, and it was very clear from the beginning. Like, honestly, I mean, I didn't need a PhD, and I didn't need a damn psychic. I didn't need I didn't need nobody to tell me this man ain't into you. And she knows it, but it's like, I don't understand. This is how they get themselves in situations. Stop worrying about what why he doing what he doing. Why are you doing what you doing? Why are you acting like a dumb, like a young, like a little young teenager who don't know nothing about men and life or nothing? Like, why? Clearly, you've been knowing this guy since high school. He never showed any interest in you. Why do you think he cared now? He's talking to another girl. He's giving you all the signs that he's just playing with you because you are allowing him to. You don't have the sense enough to see that this man is not into you. And I know people make mistakes. I will give people a little grace, especially if it's your first time doing something like this. But I mean, at some point you got to wake up and realize what it is. The man don't like you. He don't like you. He don't want to be with you. She said he did not see her as a person. Yeah, he saw you as a person who didn't know what she was doing. He saw that you was thirsty and he played with you a little bit because you didn't realize anything other than that. He didn't show you was interested. He didn't want to talk to you like that. He was just playing you like a fiddle because you let him. That's all. Trust me. And there are a lot of women out here like that. You don't realize that these niggas ain't really into you. Girl, a man that's into you gonna show you. He gonna want to spend time with you. He gonna want to be around you. He's gonna want to do things with you. He's gonna really give you his attention. At least that's my experience. I don't know. Tell me if it's something different. I don't know. Because otherwise they playing games, and if a man knows that you are more into him than he's into you, he's gonna play around with you. He's gonna waste that time. It would be easy for them to just leave you alone and say, you know what, let me stop fooling with this shit because I know she into me, but I ain't really into her. No, it would be easier if they just leave you alone and walk away. But a lot of men don't. They like the attention. They like to play around with. If you gonna give them the attention and they know that you really, it's flattering to them. They see because what other reason? Or they're trying to get in them draws. They're trying to wait and get the right opportunity to bust it down. And then when they do that enough, they'll walk away. That's why I say you got to be smarter. You got to realize what it is for what it is and not cry and get your feelings hurt, but move the hell on to somebody who really want to spend time with you and really want to be with you and really want to build with you. A lot of these niggas be out here playing just like the women be playing. Don't set yourself up for the okie doke. And this is why I tell women, y'all be wasting y'all time and then y'all be pissed and mad and calling all men dogs and all men are this. All men aren't like that, but some are. But it's up to you to have the sense in your head to understand when you getting played. Yeah, there's players out here, men and women. And if y'all want to act like y'all so educated and so smart, y'all can't tell when a nigga is playing you, that's on you. Hell, that's on you. Y'all got to get y'all shit together. And it ain't right. It ain't right when nobody does it. But it's the reality of when you can't control other people, but you can control your behavior and what you choose to do. So the best advice I would say, look, since high school, this nigga ain't gave you a time of day. But you still running behind him, got him in your phone since y'all was teenagers. That's on you. He never showed you no interest. He never took you seriously then, and he's still looking at you the same way. He's not interested. But you head over heels for a nigga who ain't even trying to spend time with you. He just stringing you along, and you just letting him. Come on now. That's why I say women got to do better. Come on. Don't let nobody do that to you. And whatever comes of that, nobody can stop that because like I said, if he want to bang her, if he want to screw her, baby, he know he can. He know he can because she's going to melt right into his arms. She's going to be like, oh, because she been wanting him for so long and he don't even want her. If she was a woman that he really wanted, he would move way differently. He would be in her face, trying to get to know her, really pushing really trying to be with her. It's very clear to me, but not to her. And I just want women to understand that when a man wants you, he's going to move a lot differently. When he knows that you're really into him like that, oh, he going to play that shit till he can't play it no more. If he that type of dude. And yeah, it's a game that people play and I don't like it, but it's the reality in which we live in. And you really got to wake up to that, because it's not cool. Elam, thank you so much for the super chat. It says, watch out. She got the symbols on the wall. It's a shame how many of our black people believe in the universe, but don't believe in the one who created it. Ooh, baby. That's a word, Elam. Thank you so much for the super chat and the support. I appreciate you. Child, it's crazy. Let's see. I'm trying to make sure I read everybody's super chat. Successful MD says, wise men don't put their dipstick in random oil. Right. Thank you for the super chat, Successful MD, and the word. You also say, I am willing to say she's been pookatized, child. Yeah, it's clear, Successful MD. It's very clear. She been liking this man since high school. He never liked her. He never liked her. Frederick says he would marry you if he loves you. Fathers are important. Yes, they are. Yes, they are. But sometimes you can have the father there, but if they're not willing to listen, they're going to do what they want to do. Sometimes people have to find out for themselves. You can tell a person something till they blue in the face, but if they don't want to listen, sometimes you just got to love them and from a distance and let them make the mistake and hope that they come out of it on the right side. Because you can't control, you can give people the information, you can tell them what you see, you can give them the wisdom and the advice, but sometimes they have to live it for themselves to actually see it for what it is. And of course, as a parent or a person who can see, you have a little bit more wisdom, you can see what this is, but that sometimes they can't, and sometimes you can't force them to see. They got to go through it. And a lot of times, by the time they done wasted a lot of time, they're heartbroken. You hate to see it, but it is what it is. You can't force them, whether there's two parents in the household or one. Where there's a mother and a father, sometimes you got to let them see it. They don't want to listen to you sometimes, and they got to go through the hard part to come out on the other side. It's unfortunate because you think, especially as a parent, you want your kids to avoid, if it's your kid, if you're a parent, you want your kids to avoid any type of heartbreak or anything like that. But I mean, once they're adults, you can't force them. They got to go through it sometimes. And it's one of those moments where they go through it and then you like, I told you. But I mean, you just wonder, why can't you just listen and see? You can't see what I see. You can't see that this is not the right situation. But once again, sometimes you got to let them go through it. Farrell says cocaine is a hell of a drug. It sure is. And it's just a hot mess. Some people go through it and still don't learn. After the fifth F up in a row, you just stop caring. Right. How many women are accountable? Not a lot. She a creep too. True that. People make their own decisions, and not playing the game of life is a decision. It is, Chris. It's just what it is. So, sometimes it's good to, and this is why I think, it's important to have some type of influence on your kids where they will listen to you, because some of these kids don't listen to nothing their parents say, and they go out and do whatever they want to do, and then they end up in bad situations. And that's, so, I think parents and fathers are important, because I think they need to be the influence in their children's lives, even as young adults, because a lot of these young people think they know what they're doing and they don't. And then sometimes they, have to, like I said, have to go through it. But, she clearly, I mean, I don't know if she have a father in her life, but even if she had a father could tell her, you know what, this ain't it. This guy's not into you. But she's so deep into it, thinking he care, she couldn't see it. And he had to show her. He showed her. He was talking to another woman. He was more interested in that chick, probably her. All this time, he's just playing around with her because she's letting him. And he really don't want her. I mean, as a parent, as a woman, as a grown or older woman, I could see that. I could see, just based on what she's saying, that he's not into her like that. But she had to see for herself. And then what happened? Now she's distraught, crying, upset, depressed. Why, girl? You could have seen that in the beginning. The man didn't want you. It don't take all these years to show you this nigga don't really want you. Come on now. Come on. Like, what are y'all, why are y'all so blind? He don't want you. It don't take years and years and he's sitting there playing with, we'll make cute babies and all this kind of shit. That's just to string you along, to make you think there's something there. And he clearly keeps showing you he don't really want you. Come on now. I just wish they would get it. Work out and go home. Right. Work out and go home on social media, telling all her business, nasty work. It is, child. Successful MD says women think they can defeat reality. Oh, infinity. I mean, come on. They think they have more control over things that they really don't. You can't control a man. You can't make him do what you want him to do. If he's not into you, he's just not that into you. And you got to realize that at some point so that you can move on and possibly get with a person who actually want to be with you. It doesn't make any sense. After seeing her cry on the treadmill, I would have found me a whole new gym. That's a right. But see, Zick, you're not playing the game. See, the dude, he was playing the game with her because he knew she wanted him and he really didn't want her. But so he was playing that game. If you realize a person is into you like that and you keep talking to him, even though you know you're not that into him, that's to me, that's manipulation. You're manipulating this person. You're stringing them along and you know you're really not into him like that. And I think I don't like shit I don't like stuff like that because I think if you really don't like the person, leave them alone because they won't leave you alone because they're the ones who are more into you. So they're more into you. They're going to keep trying. And I think for the other person who's not that interested, you need to walk away and stop playing, stringing that person on, let them know you're not that into them or you just, you just going to move on with your life because that's stringing those persons alone. Sometimes the only way for that person to move on is for that person to leave them alone. And that's a scary situation because you don't know how far they'll let you just dwell there. They'll sit there and keep talking to you and keep making you think they want you. And years and years and years pass by and you still talking to this person, knowing they're not really serious about you, then you setting yourself up for failure. You set yourself up for failure. And this is a younger girl and I could see. But she had to find out for herself. And I just think that that's a horrible way to go because you're wasting a lot of precious time where you can go and meet somebody who probably would like you for you and not string you along. And I think that goes the same for women who do that too. I can't stand people who do that because you're wasting a person's time and you're taking advantage of the situation. You know what I'm saying? A person know when you're more into them than they're into you because they use that. If they like you, it'll be you guys doing things together, showing, reciprocity. You'll show this person that you really care and you're really there and you're really trying to be with them. But letting one person just pour everything into you and you knowing you don't really want them is nasty work to me. Thank you, Successful MD. Manipulation is not cool. It's not. If you beat her cakes, she'll be welded to you for life. Right. And that's what I'm saying. Her sending them pictures out there is to show him because she's all in. But he's skeptical because he knows that if he go there, he knows now he got her, now she's even more deep in and he don't really want her like that. So that's just crazy to me. It ain't hard to figure out. It ain't. Women want the freedom of men without the responsibility or accountability. That's true. Abhorrent work. It is, Dante. That's just what's crazy. But anyway, you guys, I'm gonna go ahead and leave it here. Thank y'all so much for being here. I'm gonna try to be back and do more consistent lives as much as I can. But make sure you guys have that notification bell turned on so that you'll be notified when I upload new content. Also, hit that like button on your way out, you guys. I'm going to leave it here. I will be back really, really soon. So make sure you have that notification bell turned on. Make sure you are watching the videos that are posted on the channel so far. Go over, like the videos, share them if you can. Leave a comment if you can. Also, follow me on TikTok. I will be posting more content on TikTok while TikTok is still here, child. Follow me on TikTok if you haven't already. The link is in the description. And I'm going to start posting some stuff over there as well. Since it's shorter content, I'll start posting more stuff on there. So make sure you follow me on TikTok, you guys. XYZ, thank you so much for the super chat. Says blessings to you, DeeDee. Thank you so much. Shout out to you. I appreciate you so much for being here and supporting the channel. Thank you so much, XYZ. Elam, thank you for the super chat. Says she need to go for what she looked like so she won't be disappointed. Her biggest mistake was telling him what she was thinking instead of him pulling out of her, though really wanting her. Pulling out of her through really wanting her. I think I get what you're saying. So she needs to go for what she looks like so she won't be disappointed. Her biggest mistake was telling him what she was thinking. Right. Instead of him pulling out of her through really wanting her. Right. So she just put all her feelings on display. That's what I'm saying. That's not how you move. She don't even know how to do that. You don't just throw all your feelings out there so quickly. But once again, she's been liking this guy since high school, because he realized, dang, she's head over heels for him. And so he realized that. So now he playing it the way he see it, and so she didn't realize that. You don't just throw it all out there. Let him see if he's really into you the way that you're into him. And if he's not into you the way you're into him, then that's not, like she said, that's not her person. That's not your person. Keep it moving. Even though your feelings might be hurt, that ain't your person. Keep it moving, because it's not going to work out. Thank you, Elam, for this, for the support. I appreciate you so much. Putting it all out, putting it out. What'd you say? Pulling it out of her. Okay, got it. Yeah. Lead with the body and lose by the body. Okay, I see what you're saying. Don't do the fool by sending provocative. Don't be the fool by sending provocative pics over the social media. Right. I mean, she was doing everything. I just got on here. Miss you though. Thank you, Link. I appreciate you for being here. All right, I gotta go head out to work soon. I'll see you later. Peace, DeeDee and fam. Thank you, Dante. I appreciate you for being here. Shout out to everybody in the building. Shout out to all of you guys for supporting and being here. I will be back really, really soon. Thank y'all once again for the support. Shout out to everybody who gave super chats and cash apps. I appreciate you for the love. Shout out to everybody who liked the stream. I appreciate you for doing that as well and supporting the channel, y'all. So I will be back really soon with some more content. Make sure you guys stay tuned. I appreciate you guys once again. Y'all be safe out here in these streets. I love you guys, and I will see you soon. Mwah. Bye.